There is no such thing as a challenging fragrance. There are good fragrances and there are bad fragrances, and that's it. You'll hear people talk about online, and especially in the YouTube community, about challenging fragrances or fragrances of yesteryear. So I want to explain like something to anyone who's getting into perfumery, wanting to thinking that there's like some kind of challenge involved with fragrances. There isn't. The thing about perfumes from like the 70s, the 60s, a perfect example would be like Guerlain Shalimar, which is widely thought of as one of the pinnacles of perfumery. If you own a bottle of vintage Guerlain Shalimar, you're like a god in the collecting community. So there's that. Or something like what's another one? Fucking Paco Rabanne Pour Homme, I think, is another one. It's like old 70s, 80s smell. Very harsh, barbershop style. Here's the thing, like, right, nobody can tell you that you can't buy something. There is no gatekeeping fragrances. Those people are stupid. But there is something to say about old perfumery. There are designer houses, for the most part, make people-pleasing scents because they want people to buy their product. There's no one out. The only people who are making challenging fragrances now are like indie and niche houses, and you'll rarely see that, you know? There are certain styles that are popular in certain parts of the world. Like, for example, a lot of people don't like Middle Eastern fragrances. Like Scent Story 24 Gold was a hype beast, right? But some people think it smells like spit, like someone licked your arm and then you sniff it. So some people don't like that style of Middle Eastern perfumery. A lot of rose, a lot of oud. Those might be considered challenging in their own way, but they're not challenging like what some other people are talking about, like rose musk fragrances for men. Like, well, get the fuck out of here, bro. You want to smell like grandma? Like, the reason why you smell like grandma is because those fucking that style of perfumery was only popular back in the 60s and 70s. There's something to be said about that. Perfumery technology has very much improved in the last 50 years. There are new aroma chemicals now that are now like able to do what was taking the place of notes like labdanum, like rose, like civet, animalic fragrances for the most part, created like a punch that the perfume needed in order to project, right? Well, we don't need that anymore because we now have stuff like ISOE Super, Molecule 01, Ambroxan, things like that, take the place of those really strong, pissy smelling notes. So, there's no need to be wearing that shit anymore. There's just no need. It's so outdated. You don't need to be wearing challenging fragrances. Just wear something that people will like and you won't have any problems.